Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Weird shape for my hands. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day. Where the sun is, of course, being a gigantic nuclear furnace, 93 million miles away. Thumbs up. And still, it burns us. It burns us hard. Thumbs up for that. If it weren't for that ball of radioactive death in the sky, there'd be no life on Earth. So, that's all hail Ra, to something go Egyptian there. Greetings. Thumbs up for that. Ugh, sinuses. It's been a night, so I'll get to that as soon as we go first with the Shelton, Washington weather, plague rat, and spider report. First off with the weather, I can see sort of reflective light. Looks a little sharp off some leaves, so it looks like it's going to be sunny today. Don't know how hot, but sunny at the very least. Plague rat report. For a while I've been thinking, is it really fair to call all of my fellow citizens plague rats? I mean, I know why I've been calling them plague rats, because nobody's treating this seriously in the U.S. And then I started going like, is it really fair? Is it really nice? But then last night, when of course I had to go out again, and I'm watching my fellow citizens where they've got their masks pulled down so that their noses are showing, or they're just not wearing masks, or they're just taking them off while they're doing checkout and then putting them back on. It's like, yeah, plague rats. They're showing that they don't care if anybody else around them lives or dies. They're just doing the bare amount of performative theater so that they can get out and get what they want to get done, and to hell with everybody else. So yeah, plague rats. Not everybody is a plague rat, of course. I mean, I'm not saying everybody is. We got a lot of people that are trying to take this seriously, whether they choose to or it's imposed on them. At least it's being taken seriously by someone, so it's being done. It's those that aren't, that don't care about everyone else around. Joy. Thumbs up for that. Ugh. And of course, on the spider report downstairs in the bathroom when I was taking my shower, the one spider that's been up, and she's been traveling. I mean, she started off on one end of the bathroom, now she's on the other side. But she was crawling and then falling and getting caught on her web, and now she's made her home up in that area. So hopefully she's doing well. Now the spiders up here, thumbs up. I'm really big on thumbs upping today. My sincere apologies. The garden spider over in her orb over there, I'd say she's the same spider, because I don't see a lot of spiders with her coloration. So I believe it's the same one, because she's the same size, same coloration, same orb. Every other spider that's around are, even if they're the same type, instead of the small body, really long legs, or the fatter body with the shorter legs, doesn't matter, they don't look like her. So I think she's still there. So she's staying and is comfortable, must be eating well, or she wouldn't still be here. So I hope. Now on the smaller body but longer leg types that really live in the cobwebby type corners and stuff, and there's a couple of those, and they're pretty fat, so they must be eating well. So as much as creepy crawly, past that, as long as they pay their rent by eating bugs, thumbs up for that. I'm gonna try and stop thumbs upping everything. I have no thumbs or something. Anyway, though, let me check what else I have on my list. Oh my god, this is horrific and nightmarish, and it happens every single night and every single day, almost, at least a good 3/4, enough that it's hard to remember a time when this doesn't happen. But for whatever reason, my legs just keep cramping up in the morning time when I try to get out of bed. They don't cramp up beforehand. They don't cramp up afterward. It's only when I'm waking up, first moving to get up out of bed. to the point that I can move my leg. I mean, it even happens when I'm rolling over, though, so it's not only when I'm getting up. But I'll be rolling over, I'll be getting up, and I'll accidentally, like, point my toes downward as I'm moving. At which point, my entire leg from, the knee on downward just goes, okay, you want to point your leg? We're going to point. We're going to point. And everything is tight, trying to cramp up and bring that toe down. So I got to fight and stop and pull it up with all of my strength. But I do that, so my body says, oh, you want to pull it up? Well, let's cramp up this way. So suddenly I'm having to go, oh no, I'm trying to bring it this way, but my body wants to cramp in this direction. So I got to try and pull it back, but I'm trying to cramp in this direction. So I'm trying to find the equilibrium point between the two. We're cramping directions. Of course, that means this side goes, oh, let's go off to the left. So I pull to the right, but off to the right wants to the cramp. So I got to pull left, but it's already cramping over there. So I'm trying desperately to find the point right in the middle, some kind of equilibrium point where it's not going to pull my foot off to the side hard and cramp up all the way up to my knee. It can be upwards of a minute and two before my leg will just go, oh, okay, and then relax. Ugh. And that's just when I'm rolling over or swinging over and trying to get up. When I'm actually putting my feet into my shoes, guess what? You have to point your toes downward to slide them into your shoe. I'll point my toes downward, slide them into my shoe, at which point my entire leg is cramped up. To the point that after I can put my long shoehorn into my shoe, between my shoe and my foot. And then I have to stand on my toe and balance with my full weight before my leg will just go, okay. And then the cramp goes away and my foot sinks down into the shoe. And as if that's not bad enough, this morning, after fighting with my left leg, I swung myself over and was sitting up on the side of the bed. At which point, on my right leg, this muscle on my inner thigh, from the inside of my right knee, all the way up the inside of my right thigh, and then attaching upward close to my hip, that one, which I've had so much trouble with cramping, cramped up. So I'm having to just jam my fingers as hard as I can into that muscle, pulling with the other hand just to make it let go. I had to go to the bathroom, which is why I was getting up. So when I came back, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was almost not wanting to go back to bed just because I don't want to have to deal with my legs cramping every time I have to get up, because this doesn't just happen today. This happens 4 nights out of 5 trying to get up. And it's not lack of potassium. I eat bananas. This happens after I'll eat 4 or 5 bananas and take a potassium tablet. So it's not lack of potassium. I have no ideas what is doing it. I have a terrible diet because I can't chew a lot of things well. But I take vitamins and other supplements to try and make sure I'm getting at least some nutrients somehow. And I try to eat as much variety as possible within the realm of what I can chew. So I don't think it's diet, because everything else is fine. But oh my God, that hurts. I mean, can you cramp up from lack of THC? Because it seems to happen, after I go to bed, hours and hours and hours pass, no THC in my body when I wake up, cramping legs. Could that be it? I have no ideas. Joy. So let me come down and see what else we have. Oh yeah! I have mentioned before, I used to dream all the time. I mean, everybody does. If you're alive, you dream every single night. Because if you can't dream, you don't live. You will die. So everybody dreams. It's just whether or not you remember them. And it's hard to remember your dreams because when you fall asleep, that part of your brain that is in charge of remembering stuff just boop, shuts off. And so it's hard to remember your dreams. The only thing I can remember about the dream that I was having, because I remember now, I used to remember them every single night. Now I remember them like maybe once a year if I'm lucky. And only short bursts of fragments like this one. The only thing I remember out of this dream, it was kind of a first-person view, moving around through a city with no people in it. And it wasn't just I'm living in a city with no people in it. I was playing a demo of Cyberpunk 2077. So, okay, apparently I want to play the game, and apparently I have a weird idea that in my subconscious it involves a stylized future tech city with no one living in it. So, cool. Still, it's nice to remember anything at all about my dreams, because I've forgotten. It is sad because I used to remember so much, but now not. This one is just a really silly thing, but of course it's not really silly at the same time, because they had a picture of what is it, racer? I have not been awake for very long, out of bed for very long, and insomnia and lack of sleep does stuff to your memory. But he's the runner? Is that what it is? Runner? Usain Bolt. The famous gold Olympic runner. I mean, he's an amazing frickin' runner. So he's gotten the covfefe bug. But to show that in the news, they went and were having the article, words be Usain Bolt has gotten the covfefe bug. And then they had a picture of Kevin Hart. The really racist part about that is they just didn't even care. It's just obvious they went for some black guy that was famous and said, oh, let's use that. The amusing part of the racism behind it is that Usain Bolt is pretty tall. I don't know how tall he is, but he's a tall man. And Kevin Hart is really, really short. So it would have taken like a half a second's worth of actually caring to go, oh, that's not the guy. But they didn't even have a half second to care. It's like, oh, it's a black guy, that works. Thumbs up. And of course, as an update on what happened with that, I think, and I'm so bad with names, and my memory is terrible, but I believe his name was Jacob Blake. That black guy, and I think it was Milwaukee, who was unarmed, not part of a fight, and had turned his back because the police had arrived to take care of the two people that were fighting. And so they shot him 7 times in the back while his kids were in the car watching. Thankfully, he survived. The bad part is, right now at least, apparently he's at least partially paralyzed. I don't know how paralyzed. But you shouldn't have to be paralyzed because of the cops. Ugh. But that's for another day, because I don't want to get too wound up, too angry, and life is life. Yeah, I've given an update on his condition. I mean, you've probably heard more and better than I have, but still, it's just There's times I just don't want to live on this world. Not that I want to leave like life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying somehow I slipped out of my timeline because we're supposed to have flying cars and immortality by now, and I ended up in the dumpster fire universe. We all did. But then, if you also subscribe to the multiplicities of reality, with every decision from the micro to the macro causing the universe to split, there is no free will. Somewhere out there, there is a universe where you are living the good life, which also means in the infinities, there's people, you, that are living it even worse. Oh, joys. There is no free will. You're just variant X of a person performing variant Y of an action in variant Z of a universe. Just taking your turn. Thumbs up. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm amazed I can remember anything at all sometimes. So let me call up my Chrome, and my kitty cat wants back in. She's been walking in and out and in and out and in and out, but I shut the door to record, so sorry, kitty. We have Nicholas Fuentes. It's good to see you in the comments. And Rock and Roll Dina. Thumbs up and thank you. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Andrea Benisa Gibricio, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Kathy Kitscat, always good to see you in the comments, and I'm very sorry that happened. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you. And all music has value, it's just personal choice. Personal choices. Callum Cartini, thumbs up and thank you. And Chris, greatly appreciated. Elderwolf 569, it is always good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up and thank you. Cass Cody, greatly appreciated. Cody Beggs, thumbs up. Jed Mouton, M-O-U-T-O-N, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very much. Russian Timing, always good to see you. D-Dude D, I think. Thank you very, very much. Denial, greatly appreciated. Bumble Orc, thumbs up and thank you. Colin Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. And Carlos Montero, thumbs up. And then we have Philippe Tiel, Eric Slunskalan, I'm nowhere close. 9A, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Zach Oliveira, thumbs up and thank you. Alexandra, A-L-Y-X-A-N-D-R-A-T, thumbs up and thank you. We have Aisha, thumbs up, and Rising Joker Man, thumbs up. Ice Demon, good to see you in the comment. And I really like this one. 9 Dot Studio says, thanks for playing Outward. We hope to see more in the future. 9 Dot Studio made the game Outward. Thank you very much for making the game, 9 Dot Studio. And that's it, actually. 24 comments, 24 hours. Thank you all so much. It is greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a good thing. When you are depressed, you need other thoughts and voices inside of the echo chamber of your skull. Depression lies, and you need to hear more than just the lies. So thumbs up on that. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you wanted to help me out but didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, with things like cat food, hamster bedding. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Another thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Or at least, until I die of inevitable heart disease or something. We all die. Anyway, though, definitely a thumbs up. I have this video here. I have another video to finish editing and rendering, so thumbs up on that. Hopefully, I might get one more phone call done today. If I don't, not the end of the world. I've been thinking on stories, of course. So hopefully, I'll actually get the energy and lack of pain to be able to actually write them. So thumbs up on that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And of course, please wear a mask. Practice your social distancing. Practice your self-care. Black Lives Matter. And justice for everybody that the jackbooted, brown-shirted thugs keep brutalizing and killing. They are monsters.